Modesty is such a simple topic, but the world around us has made it incredibly complex. Today, I'm going to tell you the truth about Christian modesty and what is safe to wear. My name is Jayla. Welcome to my channel. I'm doing VLOGMAS this Christmas season, so every single day I'm posting a new Christ-centered video to really put the Christ in Christmas. I just want to let you know that I have a Q&A on Monday, December 16th, so if you have any questions before then, put them in the comments down below or in the anonymous Google form, and I'll be sure to answer it then. For me, I haven't really shown a lot of skin with how I dressed ever really before. When I was in grade 8, all the girls in my school had started dressing in crop tops and in shirts that were pretty low, and that was what was cool. And naturally, I wanted to be cool like them too. So I started dressing not super bad, but I had quite a few crop tops, quite a few low tops, and I didn't really think anything of it. My motive for dressing like that was just to be fashionable and to fit in with the fashion. I didn't really think that longer shirts were cool. I didn't think they were pretty at all, so I would just kind of steer away from them. And my goal was mainly just to fit in. But as I got closer and closer with God, it wasn't even like a conscious decision that I really made that like I'm not going to dress like this anymore. But when I went out to the stores, I didn't gravitate towards that kind of thing anymore. I didn't really gravitate towards those items in my closet. It wasn't just with things that showed more of my body than what I feel comfortable with now, but it's just things that I was wearing because other people were doing it. Modesty isn't just about how much skin you show, and also it is not only for women. Men fall into immodest dressing all the time. As a society, we have to get it out of our heads that modesty is just how much skin you're showing, because you could be wearing this exact outfit that I'm wearing right now and be wearing it immodestly. And you could also be wearing this exact outfit as me and you're wearing it modestly. And it all really depends on what is going on inside of your mind and inside of your heart. And only you and God know that. Of course, showing our bodies is also part of modesty, and sometimes the way that you're showing it is obviously just for attention or so that you fit in like it was for me. I wasn't always dressing super immodestly to other people's eyes, but in my eyes, it was still immodest dressing because all I was dressing for wasn't because I liked it or I felt comfortable in it, but I wanted everybody around me to think that I was like fashionable and to think I was cool. So I think it is quite a fine line between dressing modestly and immodestly, and I cannot go and judge anybody if they're dressing modestly because really only God and that person can sort that out with themselves. My favorite verse that discusses this is 1 Peter 3:3-4, and it says, "Don't be concerned about the outward beauty of fancy hairstyles, expensive jewelry, or beautiful clothes. You should clothe yourselves instead with the beauty that comes from within, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is so precious to God." There is nothing wrong with dressing cute. There's nothing wrong with liking the way you dress. I like the way I dress. But notice that the things that were said in that verse are to show other people that maybe you have status, maybe you've got money, maybe you just want to be cool like I always did. And I think that it is a constant journey to make sure that the way that you're dressing and the way you're presenting yourself and your attitude is a big part of modesty. Just make sure that that is all for the right reasons, and they should all be there for God. Like I said before, modesty has a lot to do with your attitude. Immodesty, I would say, is a lot about pride and a lot about insecurity. The reason that you would be dressing a certain way is because you're insecure about other people's perceptions of you if you're not dressing like that. So I would urge us all to really practice humility in our lives in the coming week. Make sure that we're paying attention to who we are inside. We should be thinking about what our motives are in everything we do, not just how we dress, and that is how we truly achieve modesty. So what can you wear? How do you know what you can wear? Number one thing, if you're struggling with modesty, I would say give it to God. Pray about it. See what feels right and what feels wrong in the Holy Spirit when you're asking God about what you can and what you can't wear. For me, I have a few rules for myself in the skin showing area, just personally what feels comfortable to me. I like to keep things around this area. If it's going any lower than that, I don't like it. My own personal preference. I don't like to show any stomach. My own personal preference. And my shorts, I like them to be kind of like halfway down my thigh. For me, that's just my way of respecting my body and making sure that I'm not showing it off in a way that is not really appropriate to do. And then for clothing, I'm trying to make sure that I'm not just wearing something because other people like it and other people are wearing it and it's a trend for other people, or it will show that I've got a certain status. So when I'm going and choosing my clothes, it's often just what do I feel comfortable in and what do I like and does it glorify God. For example, my outfit. This is my brother's sweater and I like it because it's comfortable. And my pants, they're really baggy and I like them because they're comfortable. But then I'm also not saying that you can't be fashionable, because sometimes when I'm not feeling like it's the end of the week and I'm just so tired, like I am today, I'll actually try to make something look good, and that is not immodest. Just make sure that you're doing it out of a place where you're not like trying to make other people think something of you. You know what I mean? Like, you should make sure that if you're wearing what you're wearing in front of God, you'd feel comfortable in it. How can you apply this journey of modesty into your life? Number one, I would say focus on what is inside before you focus on what is outside. Because for me, it was never like a conscious decision, I'm going to dress modestly now, and I wasn't dressing modestly before. My decision just slowly came as I got closer and closer to God. I just didn't want to dress in certain ways anymore, and I didn't feel like I wanted to impress people anymore. So focus on what is inside. Second of all, I don't think there are any specific rules that you have to follow in modesty, like how long your sleeves are, how long your shirt is, or whatever that is. I think that it's really up to you. To some people, what I'm wearing right now would be immodest. To some people, it would be modest. To some people, other outfits would be immodest. Some people, it would be modest. Make sure that what you are wearing is glorifying Jesus and you feel comfortable in it. Another thing I'd like to mention is a lot of people say that what you're wearing is like a stumbling block for other people and that's why we should be modest. I do not think that's why we should be modest at all, because if certain people are going to look at people a certain way, they're usually going to look at a lot of people that way, no matter what they're wearing. And I do think that you attract certain people if you are wearing certain things, and you attract other kinds of people if you're wearing other things. So at that part, I think it's true. But I don't think we're called to be modest because of other people. I think it is because that's how God has designed us to be. He wants it to be the attitude and not just what we are wearing. Because I don't think God really cares at all what kind of clothes we are putting on our bodies. He cares about respecting ourselves and respecting Him through what we are wearing and being humble. We don't just put on clothes to impress everybody around us. Hope you learned something new, and I hope that you're a little bit more comfortable in modesty and you're a little bit more confident in what modesty really is. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.